Flowers are nature's most successful means of plant reproduction. Measured in geological time, they are a relatively new development. Not all plants bear flowers. Ferns, for example, do not reproduce by means of the flower. Flowering plants make our lives possible by producing food for humans and other animals. Examine a cutaway painting of a typical flower. The above components are called the pistil. It is the female organ of the plant. The above component are called the stamen. It is the male organ of the plant. Reproduction is the union of two specialized cells, or gametes. They form a new cell, the fertilized egg or zygote, from which a new individual develops. The first step in the process of plant reproduction is the transfer of pollen from the anther to the stigma. The process is called pollination. The two most important agents in nature affecting pollination are wind and insects. Insect-pollinated flowers are characterized by large attractive petals, sweet odors, nectars, plus sticky pollen and stigmas. Wind-pollinated flowers are generally small and unisexual. They have an abundant, dry, light pollen and feathery stigmas. The pollen, as a result of contacting the stigmic fluid, develops the pollen tube. The pollen tubes carrying the sperm cells grow down the style. The pollen tubes grow toward and into the unfertilized ovules. When the tip of the pollen tube enters the ovule, it ruptures. Two male nuclei are released. They fuse with the nuclei of the egg cell and endosperm. The resulting two new cells are called zygote and endosperm. The zygote develops into the embryo plant. The endosperm develops into the reserve food supply for the seed. After the fertilization of ovules undergo a series of changes as they develop into seeds, the whole structure grows markedly in size. Fertilization acts as a stimulus which results in the growth of the ovary tissue. In the absence of fertilization, the ovary will not develop into a fruit except in rare cases. The seeds must be dispersed. A great variety of devices are employed by nature to disperse seeds, chiefly the wind, animals, and man. Both man and animals are attracted to the fruits by the food in and around the seed. After dispersal, there are certain conditions necessary for germination. The seed must be mature, the temperature and water supply appropriate, and an adequate supply of oxygen available to the embryo. The food stored in the seed is generally sufficient to provide for the growth of the seedling. Eventually, it develops into a seed-bearing plant.